As a matter of context, the NCAA, in a formal way since February of 2003, has been looking at the topics of post-game security, fan behavior, sportsmanship, et cetera. There was a summit in Dallas, Texas that took place in February of 2003. There was a follow-up summit in Savannah, Georgia in April of 2006. And as a result of those two discussions and some ongoing dialogue that's taken place among institutions and conferences, the NCAA has supported institutions from the standpoint of providing some guidelines for how to minimize some of the adverse activities that happen as a result of post-game celebrations. Certainly, we've had some experience with this topic as well. Most recently, last October, as a result of the activities following the Florida State game. So we have engaged a firm to help us look at some of the things that we might want to do that can create a better and safer environment for all of our fans, particularly as it relates to the hillside, and modifying and strengthening some of the things that we have been doing. We feel as though we'll be able to provide a much safer, a much secure environment and a much more enthusiastic game day experience, and in particular post-game experience for all of our fans. So as a result, we've done some things that will help us further comply with the ACC requirements on this topic. We'll be increasing staffing. We're doing a lot in terms of monitoring the behavior, in particular looking at the hillside, but also trying to communicate in an enhanced way with our visiting teams, and just making sure that everybody understands what it is that we would do in terms of trying to keep people who haven't earned the right to be on the field from entering the field of play after football games. This is not a Division I, nor is it a situation unique to the University of Virginia. These post-game celebrations and fans running onto the field happen at all levels. In the Savannah, Georgia summit from April of '06, one of the other participants, including myself, was Chancellor Sam Schulman from the University of Minnesota Morris, whose institution suffered the death of a student as a consequence of a goalpost coming down. So there are any number of situations that take place on an annual basis. We feel as though in modifying some of the things and strengthening some of the things that we have done historically, that will build an even safer and more secure situation for the participants, for our fans, and for all those other people that are on the field and are working in a given situation. So with that, as was mentioned, Mr. Gibson, Mike Gibson, the interim University Chief of Police, is here, and we'd be happy to entertain questions that you might have.
Historically, we've had approximately 40 uniformed police officers on the field. This year we hope to have approximately 60. Now, that does not include the number of event staff folks that is acquired by the athletic department, and I'm not sure exactly what that number of their staffing will be.
And I think you go one of two ways with the goalpost. You either have the collapsible goalpost to come down immediately, or the ones that are intended to not come down. And I think that the ones that we have certainly are intended not to come down, and they've stood the test of time. And we feel as though when a game ends in a given situation, regardless of the circumstances, whether it's a big win or whether it's a come-from-behind dramatic win or whatever, that there's a potential for these sorts of celebrations to spontaneously take place. But fans need to understand that there's no role, and good things don't happen when they come on the field. We need to make sure that the players, the coaches, the officials, photographers, and all the people that have earned a right to be on the field are safe, and that any equipment that they have and any university equipment is safe. But we also want to make sure that the safety of all the fans is ensured. And one of the things that was just so upsetting about the situation that we experienced in Florida State was that there were any number of young people that were on the hillside. When I say young, from the ages of maybe 10, 11, 12, 13, who were on that hillside. And because of the mass of people that were trying to get down to the field, these young people were caught up in that and couldn't get out. And there was the potential for somebody to be badly hurt. And young people and others, students and other people that were traumatized by that feeling of having no control over what was taking place. So the equipment and the goalpost is one element of it, but I think that the safety of everybody and the fact that a disaster was averted in this particular situation, we were very fortunate. The folks that are on the hillside are not just students. There are community folks, there are young kids, so this is not framed as a student issue. This is a modification of our guidelines to ensure the safety of everybody, whether they are students or young people, as I said, or older people.
I would say that we're just tasked with looking at all the behavior throughout the stadium, and that hillside area is one that's of particular concern because there's very little physically in between the people on the hillside and the field. So that area seems to be key for us to focus on.